Hi guys and gals, it's Cannabis Crone. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Just a quick refresher on why we should all be using cannabis. We had a scare last night. We thought Andy was sick. He wasn't feeling well. He had really bad chills, and so this morning I braved the crowds at Target to go pick up a thermometer. I was hoping to just get the regular thermometer that I grew up on, the one with the mercury, but no, I had to get one of those swipe ones with the infrared, whatever, the temporal lobe ones. And still don't know if I'm using it right. But anyway, no temps, everything's fine. But it got me thinking that this isn't going away. This has changed the way that we will have to live our lives. We are going to have to be just as adaptable as the virus is in order to survive. We're not going back to normal. There's no normal. It's done. And normal was horrible anyway for a lot of people in this country. So I myself don't even want to go back to that. Even though I will miss the kind of childhood that I had, doesn't mean that everybody else had that kind of childhood. So we are done with it. It's gone. It's done. It's in the rearview mirror. Don't look back. We need to go forward. The world as we knew it, it's over. Okay? So now we are entering this age of the virus where we need to learn to coexist with it. And that means things are going to have to change. Unfortunately, we haven't even tackled any of those real changes because everything is temporary. We're in a limbo because we're assuming that things are going to go back. They're not. We picture America as the plane on the tarmac. And the captain comes in and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are cleared for takeoff. In about 20 minutes, we'll be taxiing up the runway. So please fasten your seatbelts and we'll be on our way." Okay. 45 minutes goes by. Captain comes on again. We're all still sitting on the tarmac and it's 110 degrees and there's no air conditioning and they're not bringing the beverage cart around, but we're still sitting on the tarmac. Then you hear this. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be slightly delayed. Shouldn't be more than 20 minutes, and then we'll be taxiing right down the runway, and we will get you to your destination. So please sit back and enjoy the peanuts." And then an hour later, again, he comes back on. And so 4.5 hours later, we're still sitting on the tarmac in 110 degrees, wondering what the F is going on. That's the state of the country right now. We're still sitting on the tarmac, and we're going to be on the tarmac for basically that's where we're going to be. And we need to get used to it. And we need to be like the virus. We need to be adaptable. We need to change in order to survive. One of the things that kind of makes me angry, though, is that it seems like every decision the government has ever made for us has been a fucking nightmare. Like, seriously, like, nobody is wrong all of the time. So either they are really, really diabolically stupid or really, really diabolically smart. And I'm leaning toward the smart. Because, I mean, it seems like everything has brought us to this juncture. And where, we are all suffering. But you know what? Nobody that plays the stock market is suffering. None of the elite are suffering. None of the congressmen and women are suffering. It's us. It's the poor working class. Everyone else is just fine. Everyone who's got money is just fine. They're able to get through this. And we're the ones that are suffering and losing our houses and losing our jobs and losing family members. So it's difficult. It's difficult to live in this country at this time. And like I said, every single fucking decision that they've made has been wrong. Like, let's make cannabis illegal, That in itself, Canada is going to be just fine. Because Canada, their government is paying to do research. And they have already found out that cannabis can greatly diminish the C virus in a couple different ways. Number one, it boosts your endocannabinoid system, which we all have, which is the most important system as a refresher in the body because it regulates all other symptoms, or systems rather, not symptoms. Without that you'll get symptoms, but it regulates all of the systems. That's digestive, respiratory, neurological, immune, which is really important because your immune system, if you have an autoimmune disorder, your immune system attacks your own body, and cannabis can help stop that by feeding your endocannabinoid system, making it strong, and helping it to do its job. Because then it can look at the immune system and say, hey, cut the shit. You're not supposed to be going after bones and muscle and joints and stuff like that. That's not your job. Cut it out. And the immune system will listen because the endocannabinoid system is boss. But if you have a very weak endocannabinoid system that's not being fed, it's not going to want to do anything. It's just going to want to sit there. So all of the other systems will run roughshod. And that's a lot of what happens when you get the C virus. Your immune system goes into overdrive because it can't get rid of this little thing, this little burr that's stuck to the cell wall. Oh, and here's another thing that cannabis can do. Sativas with high CBD levels have been shown to render that little hook ineffective. So, you got the C virus with the little, things looking like pinhead. Well, those are rendered ineffective, so it becomes a lot weaker and easier for your immune system to conquer. And your immune system has already been boosted by the cannabis because your endocannabinoid system is working well. So everything is working in tandem. It's just, so basically Canada is going to be okay because people have access to it anytime they want. And we're not going to be okay because there is nobody that's going to legalize it. Seriously. I mean, if creepy Uncle Joe gets in office, if he happens to win the presidential race against Cheeto Amigo, he's still not going to legalize it. He's already said so. And then, of course, you have Cheeto Amigo, and he's not going to do shit because he doesn't do shit because he's a fat, orange, vomitous mass that just doesn't do anything but sit there and waste space and air. So we're kind of fucked. So you got to take your health into your own hands. And if you want to utilize cannabis healing, you're going to have to take that into your own hands as well. And depending on what state you live in, if you live in a legal state, if you live in a legal state, you're doing good. And you will have access. And, you can really do your research. You can go to the dispensaries. You can speak to the experts, talk to people who have really basically lived their lives studying cannabis and the effects and everything. And you can get some really great information. And I think you and your family will be a lot healthier. Unfortunately, if you don't live in a legal state like me, then you have to take things on yourself. And so you have to do the research and you have to figure out if you're going to grow your own or if you're going to have someone else grow it for you, if you're going to utilize, make medicine, or if you're going to buy the medicine from other. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things to think about. But I really think that if you add it to your world, your lifestyle as a supplement, then it can be something to help. Because if you do get the C virus, it can be a lot less severe and your immune system won't go into overdrive, which is why a lot of people end up on a ventilator. Your body's basically drowning itself trying to get rid of these things. And of course, you get these little things with burrs that are stuck in the cell wall. They're not going anywhere. So your immune system has to keep working harder and harder. It goes into overdrive and it kills you. That's what happens basically. So in layman's terms anyway, because I'm a layman, I don't know all the, but I know the cause and effect. And so just seriously, the old adage, smoke them if you got them, has never been more appropriate than right now. But not just smoking them, utilizing tincture, edibles, teas, whatever you can do that is going to get cannabinoids into your system, to feed your endocannabinoid system, it's going to be better for you. So, but yeah, it would be great if I wasn't right, but I'm pretty sure, all of the reputable scientists and researchers are telling us that this isn't going anywhere. This is our new way of living. So we really have to incorporate really healthy lifestyles. I think health is going to have to be a premium now. We're all going to have to take advantage of the information that we can glean off the internet on how to be healthier. Making sure you get plenty of rest, making sure you get plenty of fresh air, because fresh air is really important for breaking viruses. Seriously, it's a proven fact. There's a lot of things out in the air, especially when you walk through a pine forest. Get this. This is great. There's research out there that if you walk through a forest of pines, there is a certain analgesic that is a natural form of it that the pine trees secrete that you're breathing in. So it's like breathing in aspirin or something. So you're actually helping your joints and inflammation by walking through a pine forest. How cool is that? There's a lot of things out there that show us that nature is the great healer. So fresh air is very important. Lots of water. You're not made up of Red Bull. You're not made up of Gatorade. You are made up of water. Drink lots of clean, healthy water. Unfortunately, in this country, there are people that are still waiting for clean drinking water. Flint, Michigan, for example. God damn it. God damn it. But anyway, sorry. I get so angry when I think about that, because everybody should have access to clean drinking water, for God's sakes. How can they sit there and say this is not a third world country when we have people that are dying of thirst, that can't drink water, or they're drinking it and it's horrible for them because it's contaminated with all sorts of contaminants and lead and everything? I mean, how is that not like third world country problems? And yet we're America? Whoa. God. Sorry, my little tangent there. Anyway, so we've got fresh, clean drinking water. We have fresh air, nature. We have sleep, plenty of sleep, getting plenty of rest. And make sure that you're reading labels. If you've never been really health conscious before, now's the time to get health conscious, because if you want to be able to survive something like this, your body has to be in peak fighting condition. And exercise. I'm not talking about going to the gym and, turning into a bodybuilder. But, I went and got myself a little tiny trampoline for indoors. And I exercise every night. I do like 10 minutes of cardio, where I'm either jogging or jumping on it. And then I do crunches and leg lifts and a couple of other things. And I do it all on the trampoline, because it's actually better than a yoga mat. Because one of the things that I was noticing is I don't have a lot of padding back here. So when I'm laying on the floor, even on a yoga mat, doing crunches and stuff, it just hurts. I just get so sore. But I can do it so much easier on the trampoline because it gives, I don't know. Anyway, it works really well for me. But just doing that, or making sure that you take the pets for a walk every day, go on a mile walk, or incorporating regular exercise into your daily life is going to help too. Plus, it'll help with depression. When you're out there moving around, it's hard to get depressed. So these are just things that I kind of wanted to touch base with. It's really ironic, though, that our government has made every flippin' decision wrong. Like nobody can be wrong all of the time. So they must be diabolically, they must be doing it purposeful. If cannabis was legal, we could be much healthier. We could get through this. We could actually come up with a way of life that's adaptable, where we can live with this thing and still live our lives and still, open up the economy and everything. And none of that shit's going to happen because they've handled it wrong from the very beginning. So it's time to take our own health into our own hands and weather this until either this government implodes and we start a new one or whatever. But it's beyond our control right now. We just need to concentrate on our health. That's the main thing. So if you're out there, smoke them if you got them. Now more than ever. Hope everyone has a beautiful day. Peace.